young women and a few gentlemen of great taste and discernment who have joined us today. We have a very exciting day planned for you. So good morning, and we are going to start our program this morning by inviting Ms. Stefania Karnofsky up. She's from East Haven, and she will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you will all stand, please, and direct your attention to Stefania, who's going to come right over here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stefania, thank you so much. You can go back to your seat, and for those who are joining us, we still have seats throughout the room, so please quickly find some seats, and feel free to sit in any of the seats that you see right in front of us. And if we need more seats, you can join us in these committee chairs at the hearing circle. So again, welcome. This is a historic day because this is the first time in the history of our state that we have celebrated Women and Girls Day at our state capitol. So you are part of history today, and we're so happy that you are here from all over Connecticut to help us celebrate, connect, and inspire. We are celebrating some really significant milestones on this day. As you probably know, 2020 marks the 100th anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment, granting women the right to vote. It is truly noteworthy to point out that in our history, when all women were finally recognized for our ability to vote and make decisions about our country's future, really came with the passage of the Civil Rights and Voting Rights Act in the 1960s. So we know also that there are a lot of women whose shoulders upon which we stand, and I know I wouldn't be standing in front of you today had it not been for the trailblazing work of Governor Ella Grasso, who was the first woman governor to be elected in her own right, and she made that milestone and achieved that in 1974, and she was famous throughout the country and the world because she was the first woman to be elected to lead a state in her own right and not follow her husband into office. So we are so happy to be here with you today to celebrate, and we have some very special people who are here today to help us connect and help us inspire you. We have more than 50 organizations today that have partnered to bring you the health fair and the career fair. So we hope that you visit all of these tables and learn, and we also hope that you are inspired by some of the leaders that you have the opportunity to meet. We also have a very important presidential election that's coming up. We have a primary on April 28th for both the Democratic and Republican parties, and we also have the general election in November of this year. Will any of you be 18 by November of this year? Okay. So I hope that you will take the opportunity to register to vote. And I will also ask if any of you will be 18 on primary day, April 28th. Okay. And by the way, as long as you're going to turn 18 by November, even if you're not 18 on April 28th, you can participate in the primaries, provided you choose a party, Republican or Democrat. Okay? So you need to know that several years ago we passed a constitutional amendment to allow 17-year-olds to vote in primaries in our state, provided they're going to be 18 by the general election. So this is going to be a very exciting election, and we encourage all of you to participate. So now we have the opportunity to showcase some of our very impressive and diverse leaders who also are part of our Council on Women and Girls. And so I'd like to first introduce our very impressive Attorney General, William Tong, for a few words. William.
Thank you, Governor Bysewicz. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is everyone excited for International Women's Day?
Yes.
All right, it's on Sunday, but we're getting started
Yes,
early.
we are.
So I'm going to ask the Solicitor General of the state of Connecticut to join me, Claire Kindle. General Kindle is the senior-most appellate lawyer in this state, represents the state of Connecticut in the appellate court, the state Supreme Court, and in the federal courts of appeal, and if we have an opportunity, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Correct.
And what I'm so excited about is that General Kindle is one of the 9 most senior lawyers in the Office of the Attorney General. And of those 9 lawyers, 6 are women. Including the Solicitor General and the Deputy Attorney General, both women. And of the 9 most senior lawyers, a majority of them are people of color. But let me just say that it is a great honor to be with all of you and to be a part of an office that is so diverse and so dominated by women who tell me what to do all day.
We're so lucky.
It happens at home too. But, you know, we also have so much work to do. And just this week, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in which we are involved about a woman's right to choose, about reproductive freedom and health care. And Governor Bysewicz just mentioned the presidential primary and general election coming. No matter what party you are a member of or a member of no party, and no matter who you support, yesterday was a tough day for America to watch Elizabeth Warren exit the race for president. And it reminded us again that you can work extraordinarily hard and make the strongest arguments, and really she was an incredible candidate, will continue to be an incredible public servant. But to watch her exit that race reminded us all how much more work we have to do, and how that the highest of glass ceilings is still there, and we have yet to shatter it. And so let us not be discouraged by that. Let us not be disappointed. Let us be energized and inspired to do better. And together, somebody in this room will shatter that glass ceiling.
Thank you so much, Mr. Attorney General. And you mentioned the very high number of women leaders in your office, which is one of the reasons you and they are doing such great work. But I want to give a shout out to our incredibly diverse group of commissioners and cabinet members, and we have some of them joining us today. Could our commissioners please stand up so young ladies and gentlemen can see who you are? Take a look. right, well, Commissioners, thank you so much for joining us. Governor Lamont and I are so proud to have such a historic number of women and people of color in our cabinet, and you're going to be hearing from the Vice Chair of the Council on Women and Girls, Secretary McCaw, in just a few minutes. But before that, we're also very, very honored to have our state treasurer, Sean Wooden, who has been doing some really remarkable and amazing things in the Treasurer's office. Treasurer Wooden, please come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Bicewicz. I am thrilled to be here with you today. I'm thrilled to be a part of the Governor's Council on Women and Girls. Today is about celebrating, and we have a lot of work to do, as you heard from the Attorney General, but we have to take moments along the way to celebrate the progress that we have made. And so today is about connecting, and you've got a lot of connecting that you will do today, starting with this morning, and today is about inspiring. And I am really honored to be a part of Connecticut state government right now. If you've just heard from the Lieutenant Governor, we have the most diverse cabinet that we've seen in state history with all of the commissioners. We have the most diverse constitutional officers. It's the governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of the state, comptroller, treasurer, attorney general. We have our first, OPM secretary. Budget is like the super cabinet member. They control just about everything in state government, and you'll hear from her. So we certainly have a lot to celebrate. Now let me tell you about the Treasurer's Office. And I deal in an industry that is overwhelmingly male-dominated, like many. But Wall Street, finance, money, overwhelmingly. I'm happy to report that I have a lot of women telling me what to do in my office too. And that's great in terms of my senior leadership team. But what we are trying to do at Treasury is to change the landscape in this country for women in corporate boardrooms and using our ownership interests in companies to push for gender diversity. And there are statistics and numbers that back it up, that the Fortune 500 companies that have more gender diverse boards actually perform better than those without. And so these are the arguments that we're making in companies in which we're owners in. Pay equity for women. We are bringing shareholder resolutions. We are forcing corporate America to start to address the disparities in pay equity that have existed for far too long. In all of this, we don't do it just because I believe in it, right? There's a lot of good work that we try to do at Treasury, and sometimes they say, oh, the Treasurer just believes it. No, we do it because it's good for our investments, it's good for the state of Connecticut, and it's good for our country. And so I'm going to keep fighting along with the Lieutenant Governor and my colleagues up here, and I can't wait for all of you out here to actually replace us up here. So thank you very much, and it's great to be with you.
Thank you so much, Treasurer Wooden. I send greetings from our colleagues, our Secretary of the State, Denise Merrill, and our Controller, Kevin Lembo, who couldn't be here because they are doing other work of the state, but they send their greetings. So now it is time to introduce someone who's been my partner in leading the Council on Women and Girls. And as was referenced earlier, she really is a super cabinet member because she is the person who holds the purse strings. And that's why every person in state government knows her name and is nice to her, because they want her to be kind to their budgets. And I'm so proud to announce our Secretary of the Office of Policy Management, Melissa McCaw.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Madam Governor. Thank you, Treasurer Wooden and Agent Tong, for being here today. I'm so very excited to be before you today, demonstrating one of the products of our first Council on Women and Girls here in the state of Connecticut. Our council was birthed, if you will, through the vision of Governor Ned Lamont and by Lieutenant Governor Bicewicz. And I am incredibly honored to stand by her side. She is a strong and fearless woman who truly leads by example. And our work is focused on supporting and advancing initiatives, programs, and even legislation to change the law to support equality, parity, and opportunity for women and girls. And so I'm very excited that our first ever annual day for women and girls is in the year of 2020, given that it marks the 100th anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment, guaranteeing and protecting our constitutional right to vote. And so as Lieutenant Governor, made sure that you're all aware of the opportunity that you have here today. I'm hoping that you will not let that opportunity be passed by, and that you will make sure that your voice is heard in this year's election. As the Vice Chair of the Council on Women and Girls and also the Tri-Chair of the Leadership Subcommittee, I'm so excited to welcome you here today. Today we have over 150 juniors and seniors, strong women leaders, I call us rock stars if you will, and a vast number of women professionals from all walks of life. We're here to celebrate, we're here to connect, we're here to inspire, and we're here to keep this movement going, pushing for more parity and greater opportunity. Lieutenant Governor touched upon the diversity in the leadership here in the state of Connecticut. And because I'm a numbers girl, I have to give you the statistics. And I want you to know that almost 50% of the individuals that lead government, you see Commissioner of Motor Vehicle, you see the Commissioner of Early Childhood here today, the Commissioner of Consumer Protection that are implementing and executing legislation. They are women that are leading here in the state of Connecticut. I see in the front row Senator Moore, who's also a leader here as a legislator. And so today, living and breathing, you're seeing the leaders of your state. One of the goals of the subcommittee that I Tri-Chair is to promote women leadership in the public and private sectors, and that's on boards and commissions. That's in executive and professional roles throughout the state. And so, as we reflect upon what we've accomplished over the past 100 years since we've earned the right to vote, we've been effective in forcing change and enhancing opportunity and elevating new voices. And so today, I want you to know you have a voice and your voice matters. We are joined today by Amy Jaffe-Barzak, a colleague, an esteemed colleague of mine from the University of Hartford. She leads the Women's Advancement Initiative. Amy, if you're here, please wave your hand. And this initiative is about empowering women to lead. And so as we think about the inspire part of the day, I want you to be inspired today to lead and to change. We're going to be surrounded by academic and professional leaders, including Dr. Elsa Nunez. She's the president of Eastern Connecticut State University. Fran Pastore will be here in your midst. She's the CEO and founder of the Women's Business Development Council. Don't be afraid to go up and shake their hands. They're women just like you, and they come from all walks of life. Ask them questions. Ask them, how did you get there? What are some of the things that inspired you in your journey? And so today, I want you to know that even during this legislative session, we're putting forth bills to change the law, to continue to move this work forward, such as ensuring that individuals who are campaigning can use campaign election funds to pay for childcare costs so that mothers and fathers can actually run for office and make it a little easier for them. We're changing the law, attempting to change the law in areas such as creating business incubator pilots so that women can have access to jobs and childcare that are located in a close space. Maybe they don't have access to transportation. But there's so much more that we need to do, and I'm excited that you are here today to help us continue this progress. I want to leave you with a couple of quotes from individuals that have helped to advance this cause, and there's one of my favorite. It's a proverb, and it states that when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It is our goal to do just that. I want you to be reminded of Harriet Tubman, who said that every great dream begins with a dreamer. And always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. And then there's Sojourner Truth, who said, If women want any rights more than they's got, why don't they just take them and not be talking about it, right? And then there's Dorothy Day, who said, they cannot see that we must lay one brick at a time, take one step at a time. A pebble cast into a pond causes ripples that spread in all generations. And finally, Dr. Martin Luther King, who said, if you can't fly, then run. And if you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. So ladies, today, we are continuing to move forward. I hope that you celebrate, that you connect, and that you inspire.
Thank you, Secretary McCaw. That was awesome. I want you to just, we're running out of time, but I want you to see two very impressive women leaders, and if I've missed any others, please come forward right now. We have State Representative Christine Palm and Senator Marilyn Moore. Can you come up just and wave so all these young ladies and gentlemen can see you? All right, and Senator Moore is from the Bridgeport area and represents that area, so go introduce yourself. You might have the opportunity to vote for her in a future election. And Representative Palm is from Deep River, Chester, Haddam area. Okay, so our third and final host is also a very important person. He is the leader of the Connecticut Commission on Women, Children, Seniors, Equity, and Opportunity. Say that 3 times fast. But we are very fortunate to have the leader of that important commission who works with us every day, Mr. Stephen Hernandez. Steve.
Thank you, Madam Lieutenant Governor. I just really wanted to very briefly, first of all, thank the leader in our office who has been part of the team who has really led this effort for us, and that is Rosemary Lopez. Rosemary is very shy, and I know that she would not want me to put her on the spot, but I really would love if you just went up and said hello to her, said thank you, because she is really a powerhouse in our office. I want to invite you, especially the young women and men in this room, to approach today in a spirit of joy, celebration, and impatience. And I want you to share my impatience, because whether it's in the headlines, in the front lines, in the boardroom, in the stockroom, you are underrepresented. The future of this country, this democracy, this environment, and this world depends on you being equally represented in our government and in every position of leadership in this world. Unless and until we do that, we are in great peril. That is how I start my day, and that is my invitation to you today. Because unless we do that, then we won't make and will not have made any progress on the shoulders of all of the women who have come before us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I want to recognize the Fairfield County Community Foundation for their sponsorship. They're helping to provide lunch for all of you today. A representative couldn't be here, but we just really appreciate their support. Ladies, I am now happy to direct you to go off to the state capitol for your day. What you're going to do when you exit this room is you're going to make your way downstairs, and you're going to walk through the underground tunnel till you get to our state capitol. And once you're there are escalators or stairs. So please go make your way there. You're going to have some programming from the Women's Hall of Fame, and you will have the opportunity to visit the health and safety and career fairs. So everyone, you should have a wonderful day, and we'll see you over at the state capitol.